5 to choose the CPU. So it's going to be what? 30 ways. Another one. You go to the fast food restaurant, and then in this case, you are going to order some toppings. Okay, there are 8 of them. You don't have to select all of them. Okay, you have to select some, just like the Subway that you order, right? Sometimes you go, oh, cucumber, I don't like it. Cabbage, I'm gonna take it. Something like that. And in this way, you're gonna add them to the hamburger. And then how many ways that you can order in this case? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys try this one.
What Chelsea Paul put
อาจารย์คะ
ครับว่าไงครับ
ทำไมมันเขียนว่าdue today 10:30อะคะ
อ๋อ มันต้อง 11 โมงใช่ไหม
ค่ะ
โทษทีอาจารย์จำเวลาผิดอาจารย์แก้ให้ค่ะ ขอบคุณนะคะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay, how are you gonna do it? So in this case, you're gonna have 8 items, right? Okay, and what you're gonna do is for each one of them, you can choose to add it or not adding it. Therefore, you're gonna have two choices, right? So you go to the carrot and then you say yes and no, right? And then you move on to the cucumber, you say yes and no again. So it's gonna be 2 into 2 into 2 for 8 times. Okay. However, among the 8 times here, you're gonna have no, 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 right? In that case, you didn't order anything at all, right? So we don't want that as well. So we are going to use -1 to delete the case that you have no, 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 right? So this is gonna be the answer, 2 to the power 8 minus 1. Okay, the next one. If you study computer engineering, we store data in the unit of byte. And in this byte, we have 8 bits. So this is a byte, which consists of 8 blocks. 1, 2, like this. And each one can store 0 or 1. Okay, the bit is binary digit here, which is gonna be 0 or 1. Okay, so for 1 byte, how many values that you can store in a byte? You can see that on each one you have two choices, right? 0 or 1, right? So in this case, it's going to be 2 to the power 8. However, if you have a signal that you want to encode, suppose you have the music, right? Like this, you want to encode this guy at this value, right? So you want to know, oh, if you have 1024 values, you make it 1020, no, not 24, 26 values. So in this case, you want to know how many bits that you have to store, right? So in this case, if you use 2 to the power of 8, how many that you have? 2 to the power is 5, 256, I think. Is 256, right? 2 to the 9 is what? 512. 2 to the 10 is 1024. You can see that if you use 10 bits, you have 1024. Therefore, you have to use 2 to the power of 11, which is 2048. Then it's going to be enough because 10 bits is not enough. So the answer is going to be 11 bits, right? A little, not a little. You need to have more than 1026. That's the idea. Another way to do it is you use this one, log base 2 of 1026, and then you round it up. So how many terms will be included in the expansion of this? You can see that you have 4 of this, you have 3,
อาจาร
and
ย์
5. ครับผม
ตกลงข้อเมื่อกี้อันไหนคือคำตอบครับอาจารย์
คืออันนี้ครับ ห
อ๋
รือ อว่าจะใช้วิธีนี้ก็ได้ ได้ทั้งคู่ จะได้คำตอบเดียวกัน
โอเคครับขอบคุณครับ
All right. In order to answer this one, you have to try something like this. A plus B multiplied by maybe X, like this. So if you multiply them, what do you get? You're going to get AX plus BX, right? On the other hand, if you have A plus B multiplied by X plus Y, what do you get? You get AX plus BX plus AY plus BY, right? You can see clearly that if you have this one two terms, you're going to get what? 4, right? So you have 4, 3, 5. What do you get? 4 into 3 into 5, right? So that's going to be the answer. And the next question is, which will be included among all this? As you can see from the one that we try, you can see that you're going to get A and then you're going to get X, right? So you get one of this and then one of this. bx, you get one of this and one of this. Ay, see, you are not going to get ab, you are not going to get xy, right? Therefore, it means for each group, we can take only one. Something like this, aby is not going to happen because you cannot take two from here, so this one is not. bxc, the same thing. X and c cannot come together, so it's going to be only one. So c, c, q, c, c, q. This one is okay because from each group one. Okay นะมาได้อย่างแต่ละกลุ่มมาได้ตัวเดียวนั้นตัวที่เป็นไปได้ก็คือตัวนี้ Okay, I'm gonna let you guys do this one. Note that you're gonna select them without a replacement. When you pick, you hold it. นะไปหยิบมาแล้วเก็บไว้นะครับไม่คืนกลับเข้าไป
Teacher,
Yes
what does have the same rank mean?
like you got S and then you got S again the same
Like up
you got
here.
king and you got king again. Yeah, that's the same rank.
Okay, thank you.
All right, how are we gonna do it? So how many possible outcomes? So in this case, you are going to select only two, right? So you can select two times. So the first time you pick, you're gonna have 52 possibilities, but you pick only one, all right? Only one, and then therefore it's gonna be only 51 left for you to pick on the second time. So it can be 52 by 51. Next, I'm asking the probability, therefore it's gonna be probability of, let's say, A is the number of elements in A divided by number of elements in S, right? And over here we already compute, which is this guy, right? So it's going to be 52 by 51. So what about A? A is here when you get the same rank, right? Two cards of the same rank, let's say king and king, right? So the first time you're going to pick is going to be how many ways that you can pick. The first one could be anything, right? Could be king, could be S, could be queen, anything. So it's going to be 52, right? However, the second card is really important. Suppose you got queen, right? Once you got the queen, what is the second card gonna be? It must be queen, right? Otherwise, it's not gonna be the same rank. How many queens are there? After the first pick, it's gonna be 3, so it's gonna be like this. And 52, 52 cancel, it's gonna be 3 over 51. Now you have 8 blacks and 2 red balls. 8 black and 2 red balls. You pick 2 without a replacement. Once again, without a replacement. I'm asking the probability. So this one is going to be like this, right? So you have a total of 10. Therefore, it's going to be 10 into 9, right? First time you pick is 10. Next time you pick is 9. Then how many ways you can pick 2 blacks? Okay, 2 blacks. So the first one is going to be, you have 8 possibilities. Once you got the first black, there are now 7 blacks in the bin, right? So in this case, it's going to be this answer. And this one is absolute B by absolute value of S. Same thing for absolute value of S. This one, 2 red balls is going to be 2, right? 2 ways for the first ball, 1 way for the second ball. And what about C? 1 black and 1 red. Here's the deal. 1 black and 1 red means you can pick black and then red, or pick red and then black, right? There are 2 ways. So what about the first one first? Black and then red. So it's going to be 8 into 2, right? Out of 10 into 9. And the second one is red and then black. So you have to add them. 2 red and then 8 blacks. Like that. On the other hand, if you pick with replacement, the answer is going to be easier, I think. So number of ways you can pick, since you put it back, so it's going to be 10 into 10. 2 black ball is going to be 8 and 8 because you put the first one back in. B, S. So this one is going to be 2 into 2, 10 into 10. And 1 black, 1 red. So it's going to be 1 black, 1 red, red and black, 10 into 10. Right, really similar except that you put it back. Yeah, you have seen this one before, right? And we're gonna talk about this one, addition rule. Addition rule is when you have many ways to do, let's say you can do them in 2 methods. Method 1, you have n1 ways to do it, and you have method 2 also, n2 ways to do it. If you can use only one, okay, use only one method, let's say you have method number 1, and then you have method number 2. Okay, this one has n1 way, this is n2 way. but you can do only one of them. You cannot do both. Okay, you have to pick one. Okay, this is n1 plus n2. This rule is can be generalized to more than 2, right? You can have 3, 4, 5, you can do it. Okay. A student wants to buy a tablet. So you go to 3 store. Apple has 4 model. Apple has 4. Samsung has 5. Sony has 3. How many choices do you have? It's gonna be 4 plus 5 plus 8, 3 plus 3, right? So this one is what? 12. Okay. I would like you to do this one. And also this one. 3 of them นะทำ3ข้อนี้นะคล้ายๆกัน I'm gonna post them on the same one. Is it possible? I think kind of like this. So I'm gonna post them on the same page. Okay. Student wants to buy this time 3 tablets from different manufacturer. So it means 3 tablets from different manufacturer. So it means you need to buy one here and one here and one here, right? So what's gonna be? It's gonna be 4 into 5 into 3, right? That's the answer. And then this time you want to buy 3 also, but you want to buy from the same manufacturer. But if you choose the same manufacturer, it must be different models. You cannot choose the same one. All right. So in this case, what's gonna be? So in 4 you have to choose 3. 5 you have to choose 3, and 3 you have to choose 3. So it's gonna be 4 choose 3, 5 choose 3, and then 3 choose 3. Okay. We're gonna talk about this one later on. Like 4 choose 3, what is it? 4 choose 3 is actually equal to 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial and 1 factorial. Okay. Talk about that later. Now, if you want to buy 2 tablets from Apple, it doesn't say it's same model or different models. What's gonna be? So you have 2 choices: same model or different model, right? Okay. If it is the same model, how many ways you can do it? Same model. You want to buy only 2, nah? Same model from Apple. How many do you have for Apple? You have 4 models, right? So in this case, you want the same. So you can use iPad Pro, 2 of them, iPad Air, 2 of them, iPad Mini, 2 of them, and so forth. So basically, it's gonna be only 4, right? If it is the same model. How if it is different models, you can choose iPad Pro and iPad Air, iPad Air and iPad Mini, and so forth, right? So in that case, you have to do 4 choose 2, and then you add them.
การครับมันคือ two power 4 4 divided 2ครับ
ฮะ
มันคือ4มันคือ2กำลัง4หรือ4ส่วน2ครับอาจารย์
ไม่ใช่ทั้งคู่เลย
นั่นคือ
4
อะไร
ลบ2 4 choose 2 is 4 factorial 2 factorial 2 factorial. It's not to the power.
อ๋อโอเค
If you confused about the power, you have to go back to previous example and try to understand. We are using the 2 basic rule multiplication and addition here, right? Okay, guys, test your understanding again. This
ขอโทษ
one
นะคะ
I got it from ว่าไงคะ
หนูขอดูข้อเมื่อกี้แป๊บนึงค่ะ โอเคค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะอาจารย์
Okay, so for the next one is the situation in our building. Remember, we have 4 elevators, right? And then we have 2 stairways. Okay. You want to go to the first to the fourth, but note that this stairway is not the same as our. In our stairways, you can enter from the first floor only one side, right? But in this case, you can enter the first floor on both sides. นะไม่เหมือนตึกเรานะตึกเรามันจะขึ้นชั้น 1ได้แค่ทางเดียวจากชั้น 1ไปชั้น 2อะไรอย่างเงี้ยได้ทางเดียวแต่ว่าอันนี้เรา assume เลยแล้วกันขึ้นจากชั้น 1ไปชั้น 2เนี่ยได้ทั้ง2ทาง right? You have 4 elevators and 2 stairways, and how many ways you can go to floor 1 to the 4th floor, the first to the 4th? And do we have something else? Okay. Okay, we're gonna come back for this. Okay, now do this one first. Okay, guys, I changed the question a little bit, right? See that? Previous one and previous ones. Yeah? Previous one mean the immediately previous one. Previous ones means anything before you cannot use them. นะ previous one เติมไม่เติม s แปลว่าอันก่อนหน้าเราอันเดียวแต่ถ้า previous one แปลว่าอันก่อนหน้าเราทุกอันเลย
คือมีบันไดถึงแค่2 ชั้นเหรอครับอาจารย์หรือว่ายังไงครับ
บันไดมีตั้งแต่1 ถึง 4เลยครับ1 ถึง 4ลิฟต์ก็1 ถึง 4เลย
แล้วที่เขาบอกว่า there to stairway นี่คือยังไงอาจารย์
ก็เหมือนมีบันได2 ข้างไงมีบันได2 อันเหมือนในตึกเราอ่ะตึกเรามันก็มีบันได2 ด้านใช่ไหมล่ะ
โอเคครับอาจารย์
ประมาณนั้นนะครับ
แล้วอันที่2นี่คือเขาถามอะไรยังไงครับอาจารย์ cannot use period 1นี่คือในกรณียังไงครับอาจารย์
เช่นเราขึ้นลิฟต์ตัวที่1มาเนี่ยพอจากชั้น1มาชั้นที่2ใช่ไหมขึ้นลิฟต์ตัวที่1มาพอจากชั้นที่2อยากไปชั้นที่3เนี่ยคุณห้ามใช้ตัวเดิมแต่ถ้าคุณขึ้นจะไปพอคุณต้องเปลี่ยนพอคุณเปลี่ยนไปแล้วพอคุณชั้น3ไปชั้น4คุณสามารถกลับมาใช้ตัวที่1เหมือนเดิมได้คือแค่อัน1อันก่อนหน้าเราแต่ถ้าข้อถัดไปเนี่ยที่เขาบอก previous ones เติม s เนี่ยก็คือก่อนหน้านั้นน่ะก็ทุกอันเลยห้ามใช้ซ้ำเช่นถ้าคุณใช้ลิฟต์ตัวที่1แล้วต่อไปคุณจะกลับมาใช้ลิฟต์ตัวที่1ไม่ได้แล้วใช้ได้ครั้งเดียว
คืออ๋อ
มันตีความตามเขาเรียกว่าอะไรตามภาษาอังกฤษนั่นเลยเป๊ะเลยเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยคือคุณจะตีความนอกเหนือจากเขาเรียกว่าอะไรจากที่เขากำหนดมาเนี่ยไม่ได้คือต้องเป๊ะตามตัวหนังสืออย่างนั้นเลย เราต้องอ่านแล้วต้องฝึกตีความเองนะเพราะว่าตอนที่เราไปทำโจทย์ในข้อสอบเนี่ยมันจะเป็นแบบนี้แหละครับคือเราต้องฝึกตีความเองแล้วก็เหมือนกับว่าต้องทำความเข้าใจตามที่มันควรจะเป็นตามที่เขากำหนดมาแค่นั้นเลยอย่างนั้นเลยนะครับต้องค่อยๆฝึกไปนะ Okay, how many ways you can do this? You can see that if there's no limitations, you can use anything. So in this case, you can have 4 elevator and 2 stairways. So you have a total of 6, right? So for each term, you can do 6 ways. However, you have how many floor? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You have to go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. So you have 6 way here to go from 1 to 2, 6 way from 2 to 3, and another 6 from 3 to 4. So it's going to be 6 into 6 into 6. So it's 6 to the power of 3. Next, if you cannot use the previous ones, if you cannot use the previous one, what does it mean? You cannot use the one that you just used. So 6 here, you can come and then you can use it. This is going to be 5, right? From 2 to 3, we cannot use the previous one. So 6 minus 1 is going to be 5, right? And over here, but you can use, suppose you use elevator 1 here. On 2 to 3, you cannot use elevator 1. You can use something else. But over here, you can use elevator 1 again. So therefore, the choice is going to be 5 again. So it's 6 into 5 into 5. Okay. However, if you cannot use anything that you have used before, then the answer is going to be 5 and then 4 here. So it's 6, 5, 4. Right, the answer will be a little bit different. So guys, if you don't understand any of this, I recommend you have to go back and study the previous examples one more time. All right, until you get more comfortable with this. Yeah, this one is really easy actually. If you cannot do it, then you have to study some more, because we're gonna move on to the more advanced topics and so forth. Okay. We cannot stay here like a day. We have to move on. Okay, we have to catch up นะเราต้องตามให้ทันนะครับตอนนี้ถ้าไม่ทันเราก็ต้องกลับไปอ่านเพิ่มนะเพราะว่าอาจารย์ก็คงจะต้องสอนไปนั้นไม่งั้นมันก็จะค้างอยู่อย่างนี้อ่ะ so we have to move on to the new concept called permutation. Permutation is actually derived from the multiplication. So if you understand multiplication, you are going to understand this one fine. So what is a permutation? Permutation is the arrangement of all or some parts of the objects that you have. So we're gonna take a look about the all first. Suppose you have n objects, you arrange all of them, it's gonna be n factorial, right? For example, you have A, B, C, you have 3 of them. If you arrange, you're gonna get A, B, C, C, B, A, BAC, and so forth. I want to know how many of them. So in this case, it's going to be 6 factorial, not 6 factorial, 3 factorial. Okay. How do we get 3 factorial? If you think about it, you have 3 items, right? A, B, C, and you want to arrange them. Therefore, I'm going to have empty box for that I can put A, B, C in here, right? So in this case, I want to know how many ways I can put the ABC in the box. On the first box, I have A and B and C, right? So I can have 3 ways to do it. And then on the second box, since I already used 1, now I'm gonna have 2 left, so I can put in here. And on the third box, I have 1 left, so I have to put in here, right? So I have to multiply them. So 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, which is 3 factorial over here, which is equal to 6. If you have n of them, so it's going to become n factorial. So this is going to be the meaning of factorial. 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6, right? Because it's 3 by 2 by 1. 4 factorial is 4 by 3 by 2 by 1. So what's going to be 24, right? So this one is also important. 0 factorial is 1, it's not 0. 100 factorial divided by 98 factorial, you cannot use calculator, but you have to make use of this because we know that 100 factorial is equal to 100 by 99 by 98 until 1, right? But we know that this part is what? It's 99 factorial. And this part is what? 98 factorial, right? So I can write it equal to 100 multiplied by 99 factorial. Or I can write it into 100 by 99 by 98 factorial, right? So 100 by 99 by 98 factorial over here. So I'm going to choose this one to write this 100 factorial. So 100 factorial is 100 by 99 by 98 factorial. Divide by 98 factorial, so it's gonna get cancelled, and then you're gonna get 100 by 99. Okay, because if you use your calculator to compute this and divide by this, you are not gonna get the answer. You have to use this trick นะถ้าเราไปกดเครื่องคิดเลขมันจะไม่ออกนะเราต้องใช้ทริคตรงนี้ก่อนแล้วเดี๋ยวไปกดเครื่องคิดเลขก็กดแค่นี้มันก็จะออก Alright, now you have this summer, maybe you plan for a trip to Europe. You have to visit some city. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. You visit 5 cities. How many ways you can do it? Okay, you have 5 cities that you have to visit, right? So what is the first one? Can be Rome, Paris, London, Athens, Amsterdam. So it's going to be 5 this. Once you visit, let's say Paris, you have 4 left, so you visit 4 here. Suppose you visit Amsterdam already, then you're going to be 3, 2, 1 like that. So it's going to be what? 5 factorial. Okay, so far so good about factorial, right? However, if you let 10 people sit in a circle like this, okay, it's going to become 10 minus 1 factorial, which is going to be 9 factorial. Why is that? Because you have to think about if you have 3 people, right? 3 people, if you have A, B, and C like this, and A, B, C like this, A, B, C, 3 of them here are the same, because if you think about A, on the left is B, on the right is C, on the left is B, on the right is C, on the left is B, on the right is C. They are all the same, right? They are all the same. Therefore, instead of having 3 factorial, you have to divide by 3, because they are duplications. 3 of these, they are duplications. You are not going to subtract them. You have to divide them. So in this case, 3 factorial divided by 3, we know that is 2 factorial, right? If you have 10, it's going to be 10 factorial divided by 10, which is 9 factorial. This is the reason why you get 9 factorial. นะครับสิ่งที่มันทำก็คือถ้ามี10มันจะเหลือ9แฟกเพราะมันจะมีซ้ำกันนะอย่างรูปที่อาจารย์วาดให้ดู ABC เนี่ยถามว่าทำไมซ้ำไปลองนั่งนึกดูนะว่าทำไมซ้ำนะลองนึกว่าเราเป็น A ดูเราจะรู้เลยว่าอันนี้ซ้ำแน่นอนเพราะว่าเรานั่ง3อันเนี้ยเราจะรู้สึกว่าเรานั่งเหมือนเดิมอ่ะนึกออกใช่ไหมทางซ้ายเราคือ B ข้างขวาเราคือ C มันเหมือนเดิมอ่ะทุกอันเนี่ยดังนั้นเราต้องหักมันทิ้งการหักในแบบนี้เราไม่ใช่เอาไปลบนะครับเราต้องเอาไปหารถ้าลบเนี่ยจะผิดต้องหารเหมือนเราบอกว่าเรามีเสื้อ10ตัวแต่ว่าเรามีเสื้อซ้ำกันอย่างละ2ตัวอย่างเงี้ยถามว่าเรามีเสื้อทั้งหมดที่ต่างกันเท่าไหร่ก็คือต้องเอา10หาร2ถูกไหมไม่ใช่เอา10ลบ2เลยถูกไหมครับจะลบหรือหารนี่เราต้องใช้ความคิดนิดนึงนะไปลองคิดดูว่าทำไมบางทีได้ลบนะ
คำตอบคือ9แฟกใช่ไหมครับอาจารย์
ใช่ครับใช่ทีนี้ now this time we are not gonna arrange all of them. Okay, we have n of them. Okay, we have n of them. We arrange only maybe a few. Okay, we have n of them. We arrange only r of them. So in this case, as you can see, if I have n equal to 5, r equal to 2. So in this case, you can see that the first way I can do is r equal to 2 means I'm going to have 2 boxes. So in this case, 5 is going to be here, right? And then you're going to have 4. So the total number of ways is going to be 5 into 4. Okay? 5 into 4, I can write it down like this. Right? I multiply 3 factorial and 3 factorial. So that I am going to get 5 factorial by 3 factorial. And if you think about this one, what's going to be? 5 factorial is n, right? So it's n factorial. How you get number 3 factorial? 3 is from here, right? 5 minus 2 factorial, which is n minus r factorial. So this one is called NPR. You have n objects, but you arrange only r of them. นะ NPR นะครับแปลว่าเรามีของอยู่ทั้งหมด n อันเราเลือกมาแค่ r ตัวเพื่อมาเรียงสลับเห็นไหม ไม่ได้เลือกทั้งหมด ถ้าเลือกทั้งหมดมันจะเป็น n factorial โอเคนะครับ Okay, you select two letters from A, B, C, D. So clearly you have 4 here, and then you select only 2, so it's 4PR, 4P2, sorry. 4P2 is going to be 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 2 factorial, which is 4 factorial by 2 factorial, which is 4 by 3, which is 12. You award 3 prizes to 50 students. 3 of them will be selected, right? So you can do 2 ways. You have NPR, right? N is 30, R is 3, right? So it's going to be 30 P 30, 50 P3. Or you can do something like this. You have silver, gold, metal, bronze, and so forth. So in this case, you're going to pick one here. So it's 50 here, right? 50 ways because you have 50 students. One already selected, you have now 49 and then 48, okay? Which is going to be equal to 50 by 49 by 48, this one. All right, now try this one, and I think it should be enough for today. ลองอีกอันนึงแล้วกันตอนนี้เอาตรงนี้แหละอีกอันมันก็จะดูเฉียดไปหน่อยแต่ว่ามันก็ได้นะแต่ว่าเอาแค่นี้แล้วกันเดี๋ยวจะมันจะไม่ค่อยทันเวลา Okay, this one for today นะ last one ง่ายๆหรอก Okay, that will be all for today, guys. I'm gonna show you the solution of this next time. Okay, bye bye. Take good care. See you next week. And I think I'm going to assign you a home for the first homework tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.
ขอบคุณค่ะอาจารย์
สวัสดีจ้า
สวัสดีครับ
จ้าสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับทุกคน